Welcome, beautiful people, to this YouTube channel. It's Celia Mutsuning Zanyele again. If you came across this YouTube for the first time, please subscribe and share for others, because this YouTube channel, I can assure you, is very, very beneficial to the situation that we live in these days. Fine. And if you're coming again for the second time or even more, please don't forget to share this YouTube channel for others as well, so that they can also benefit from this YouTube. I promised you a story time a while ago about what happens after a split when coming to the finances. Like I told you, after a breakup, the other thing that affects relationships or affects individuals in relationships is the finances. The difficulty in finances can even drive you back into the hands of the person that is not good for you, just for the sake of now you want to lighten the burden on you, because you have to now fend for yourself for the first time in a long time. Now, in my case, we were married, and my husband was the highest earner in the family. He earned plus minus 3 times my salary. I had few things that I had acquired on my name. Most of the things that we had in that family were bought by him. He was a very proud man, and not even a bad pride, I won't lie. He was so proud to buy things for his family, to maintain his family, and to do everything that a man should in his family. And as the lowest earner in the family, my money was for things like Tupperware and ornaments and decorative things in the house. Those were things that I used to use my money on. And I remember the few big items that I can say I bought with my money were about 2 couches, 2 different lounge couches, because we had a TV room and a dining room, so those couches were bought by me. And one of the cars, and the lesser paid car was the one that I was paying for. Now, after our split, as I had explained in one of the videos, after finding out that he was sexually molesting or raping our daughter, I had to make a decision to leave him. And then he went, he stayed out in the house only for about 48 hours. Then he left and told me that I could go back to the home, because he has found a place for himself. Fine, I did that. But then the reality thereof was difficult, because for the very first time I had to now learn to survive with my single income now. And remember, I'm not used to buying groceries. He did that. I'm not used to paying the bond. He did that. I'm not used to paying rates and taxes. He did that. I'm not used to paying children's school fees. He did that. For the first time, I only realized that actually I was the useless wife in that family. In that relationship, I was the useless wife, because the most important things were contributed by him. But when I enjoyed those benefits, I didn't see it as being useless. I saw it as my husband is a proud man. My husband is, and I used my money on trivial things that at the time, for the first time, I realized that I should have saved a lot. I should have saved a lot, which is what I preach to women now, that if you are lucky to be in a dual income family, and you have the husband as the main earner, or even you are the main earner as well, keep some money away for rainy days. I learned that the hard way, and it was a bit too late for me because I did not save anything. Now, because I did not save anything, and all these things now, because of our breakup was not that good, we were not in good terms, we were not talking. Even if we talk, we spoke only about the children. The very first thing that I did was, now how are we going to do things with the children? And he said, no, I'll help you with the children. And we had a home in a good section of the town, if I must say that. That suburb, that is the suburb, we had a home there. I can't begin to tell you how expensive life is on such suburbs. And we were living there, and now I had to foot the bill for the first time. I had to pay the school fees by myself. I have to pay all those things that I mentioned earlier now by myself. And I asked him, how much will you help me with? And he said, no, I'll see what I can do. The very first month end came, and he gave me 1,500. A mere 1,500. Yes, it was in 2012. Somebody can say, it was a lot. It was not a lot for the place that he left us living in. It was not a lot because we used to, already by then, we used groceries for plus minus 6,000. Everything combined. Because if I have, when I say everything combined, I mean even during the month you have to go buy milk and there, bread there and there, small things to make lunch boxes for children there and there. Now a person gives you 1,500, and for the first time he told me, you are also working. And to prove to you that the 1,500 rands was not enough, I had to go to the maintenance court. And at the maintenance court, I had to bring everything that we used to pay and everything that was my expenses on living there. And the maintenance office granted me 4,500, 3,000 rand more. The maintenance office doesn't just do that, doesn't just give you a certain amount of money if they feel like your standard of living is far below that. And for them to settle for the 4,500 rand for the 3 children, not even myself, I didn't want anything for myself, which I could have also wanted spousal maintenance, because we were also married in community of property. So, and he was the highest earner. So I could have, but I felt like there was no need. So I only claimed maintenance for the 3 children, and I was granted 4,500 rand in 2012. Believe me, the 4,500 we reached there because now the maintenance office told me I'm also working, so I have to match up that 4,500 and make it 9,000 for me to survive. And now, one other thing is, if you remember that my case was involving the sexual molestation of our daughter, and I was also in denial, like I keep telling you, I was very much in denial. I had that little hope that there could be another truth that is hidden that the police cannot find. And guess what I did? I went to the bank, and by then, because I didn't even have that much debts, because I also had clothing accounts just for the credit record, for the clear score, and my credit score was good. The bank did loan me the money, which I paid. Like I am some rich woman. I hired the private investigator. Believe it or not, I did hire the private investigator. Why? Because I was hoping private investigators can reach a different conclusion, or they can get to the deepest end of the truth and give me the truth, because in all the stories and everything else where we spoke or where we heard about private investigators, we know them to be doing a better job than the police. So that was my hope. And guess what? That did not even help, because the private investigator I hired also get into his pocket. The last time he spoke to me, it was when he was going to meet him. After meeting him, he had no interest of talking to me after. And I had begged for a polygraph. I wanted him to take a polygraph test, because I could. I don't know. I felt like if he's telling the truth, the polygraph test could tell me. That was in 2012 when I hired the private investigator. Today is the 13th of January, as I'm telling to you, 2022. I have not seen the report from that polygraph test. He did take the polygraph test. That was the last time I heard from my private investigator up until today. So that was just an example of how slowly you slip into a debt. Now that was a debt. I was left with a debt because I went to the bank and borrowed money. And because my credit score was good, each time I could not pay something, because I cannot pay everything with my salary that he used to pay, I would go to the bank, take a personal loan. I would go to the bank, take another personal loan. I would change the bank and go to another bank and take another personal loan, just to keep afloat, just to survive. And slowly, I got into debt. The debt that I could not pay anymore. And there crept another habit. When you are in pain, you find something to console yourself with. One woman would just get into alcohol and drink. I tried that. I remember the day I realized that my marriage ended. For the very first time in my life, I felt like I craved strongest stuff of alcohol that I don't know, that I have never tasted. I felt like that. I felt like it will take the pain away. I bought alcohol, tried alcohol. The taste of alcohol at that time did not make sense on my tongue at all. So alcohol was not going to take the pain away, because now this taste was not doing the things for me. And I kept on, getting into one habit from another. I remember trying to write a book, and somewhere I would try this, I would try that, spend time with friends, would go to these places, but I would find myself, instead of being happy that I'm with my friends, we are out, I would find myself with such deep sadness. At one of our escapades with my friends, we went to Lira's festival. Lira had a festival somewhere at some casino. After leaving the festival, we decided to try our luck in the casino. For me, for the first time, I found the comfort that I could not explain. For the first time, I felt like I was escaping from my pain. I felt numb for the first time. I could not feel anything. Instead, I felt a rush of joy. And after that, I went alone and I won. Again, I went again and I won. I went again and I won. You know, I cannot say how many times, because I was trying, you know, I was new. I was trying all these machines because I don't know which one would give the biggest money. So I was trying this one and that one and that one and that one and that one. And we forget something. When you get into a casino, you join into the casino, they give you a card. We don't know if that card detects, but I suspect that it detects that you are new here. And remember, casinos are there for money as well, to make money. So they cannot allow you to win all the time. It's gambling. Gambling is not about winning every day. You cannot be winning every day. As the people who play dice, they will tell you, there will be that time. Even if you can be known how to cheat and so on, but you cannot be winning every day. There will be that time when you lose. And I would lose sometimes, but gain more. Go back, gain more. Slowly but for sure. I found myself an addict. I don't know when that happened. All I know is I was getting this rush. I was getting this feeling that I cannot explain when I get into the casino. Sometimes even thinking about it, what was giving me a high, it was giving me a certain pleasure, it was giving me a thought of saying, please come. It was like it was some magnet calling me. Even if I had important things to deal with, I would do them in a rush because I just want to find myself at the casino. The smell of the casino, I don't know. When I got in there was this particular smell that I used to miss. I would miss the smell of the casino. Where now you can go to the casino, maybe you won't even feel that smell. But even now, I'm telling you that I know that smell that is accompanied by the casino that led me, that I missed. I still miss even now. I can go now. I'll tell you why I can't go now later on. But slowly I got in deeper and deeper. What happens? Because now, once you get to the lifestyle of gambling, the casino in my aspect, you start losing more and more. And because you won, and you won for so long, and you won big monies, you are in denial about that. You are in denial that, no, I cannot be losing like this. You know what you end up doing? The money, you cannot believe that, oh, the 200 that I brought here is gone. You go again to another machine. You withdraw until you reach the limit. Hey, let me tell you how they are. Once you reach the limit, you can also go to their tellers. The money that cannot come out of the machine from the tellers, you can still get. You know what? It got so bad to a point where I would, even before I get paid, if I am getting paid on the 31st, on the 30th midnight, I'm going to the casino waiting for my money to click in the bank. Oh yes, I did that very much. And what I regret in that journey is that at one stage, I introduced one of my friends there. I'll call my friend Mapule. I introduced Mapule there. And together, we were called Timon and Pumbaa. Before long, we were known by everyone in the casino. You know what that did to me? It gave me some sense of belonging. That when you get by the door, everyone is calling you by name. Hey, Masangele, hey, Masangele, if it didn't come yesterday, they will say, or maybe that whole week you didn't have money to go to the casino, or you had that resistance to say, this week I'm not going, this week I'm not going. But the day you go, they will be like, we miss you. That gave me, speaking for myself, it gave me a sense of belonging. It was so nice. I found myself happier at the casino, even when I was beaten to a point where I didn't have a cent. But there was some comfort to that place I was getting. Some comfort that I cannot explain to anyone. And even if I try to explain, I think only the people that have been there can understand. Gambling at the casino to me was like a drug. For the first time, I could understand why people who take drugs cannot just get out easily there. And before we know, the two of us were addicts. We were known addicts of the casino. We were there. Immediately we come from work, we go there. At night, we go there. Sometimes midnight finds us there. Sometimes we come home early in the hours of the morning, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. You sleep, and then by 6 o'clock you must be up and go to work. Hey, it was bad, guys. It was bad. And worst part, it added on top of the debts, because soon I could not sustain that lifestyle anymore, and I made even more debts. Now it went from the bank loans to the mashonisas. You'd borrow money here, take it back with interest, borrow money there, take it back with interest, borrow money there, and sometimes win big and be able to pay. But let me tell you something about the money of the casinos. I know the casinos will be angry if they ever come across my video. The truth is, the money I got from the casino kept me at the casino. Because if I won 20,000 today, I had hope. Even I were to pay things, I would buy my children things, I must still keep away some money, because I want to go and play again, hoping that I can even get more than that 20 and get maybe 30. And let me tell you, you'd lose. It's like those machines know that you were here, we gave you 20. Must bring back that 2,000 that you brought back. And the thought of, man, I did win the 20,000, man. No, I did win the 20,000. I can still win it again. Even if I can win 10, will keep you there. And let me tell you, I have seen people staying there. I have seen some people, getting to a point where they disappeared with male figures just to come back to play again. Would hear stories. I was lucky not to have seen such things myself, but you'd hear stories that there would be people that disappear to cars, disappear to where, and give some people sexual favors just to get 200 rands or whatever amount of rands to come and play a game. And sometimes they would win big and feel like, okay, it was worth it. And sometimes they would still win and lose, and then they will stay there until another person come and ask a favor again. Sometimes when they get good Samaritans, and sometimes after spending so much time with being a regular there with other regulars, you end up feeling pity for each other. You can tell when someone is now losing, or they have lost everything, and you feel like, okay, if I win, let me give them 200 rands. We were at that stage where you have friends that are also addicts. You speak the same language. It gives you so much sense of belonging. Yes, I was a gambler. And you know what I like? I've never hidden this. All my friends knew it, because I believe that if you speak your truth, no one can come and use it against you. Because that was the truth, it's not a lie. Before I knew it, I was on a trip from that casino to other casinos, because I feel like, okay, I'm no longer winning here. Let me try other casinos. Me and Mapule would go to other casinos. Would go there, and come back smiling. And the children, our children, we used to keep the children together. She would bring hers and mine. They would stay together, and when we come back, they could see us with smiles when we come back winning, and they would have nice things for that day, because we'll bring this and that and that, and creating an impression to them that, no, this is not so bad. Even though we leave you alone for a period of time, but when you come back, it's worth it. It got bad. Didn't get better. Just like any form of addiction doesn't get better, it gets worse. It got worse to a point where sometimes I would even leave without even telling Mapule, or sometimes I feel like, hey man, if I have 300 rand, then I must still share with Mapule. No, let me just go alone. Or maybe she can't go because of whatever reason, then I decide, let me go. Sometimes I go to the far one alone. And you stay there, and then you calculate the distance that you traveled to that place, and you say, I cannot come here for mahala. You keep trying all those machines. You keep trying what we call them. What do you call this? Ooh. What is this, man? Oh, why do I forget this machine? That plays numbers from 0 to 36. I forgot its name right now. We would play there, the tables. You will move from the tables to the machines, trying all sorts of tricks just to live there winning. You refuse to lose. Sometimes you just say, that silly excuse. I cannot come this far just to lose. No, I have to win. I have to win. You end up going to the machines that play with cents. I'm telling you, that was a life that we lived. And that life led to me not sleeping at home sometimes. And the children would be worried sick, because we'll be there. Some casinos have got places, machines that you can charge your phone with. Sometimes they didn't even take the charger. Some casinos don't even have machines that you charge on. So your phone will just go off, and you're still playing. Until such time you win, you lose, you win, you lose, right there, hoping to win more. You stay there. You don't even keep track of time. It got to that point where I don't know how many nights I spent there. I would come home during the day, but having left the previous day during the day. That was a life. And I would see people who have lost a lot of things. I have seen nurses, matrons, doctors, attorneys, lawyers, advocates who were, but now were gambling addicts. And I would look at them and tell myself, I don't want to end up like this. I don't want to end up like this. And I could see myself slowly shifting to that phase. And I remember having one heart-to-heart conversation with one lady who told me I was a matron of a certain hospital, a big hospital. He said, I started slowly and I ended up here. She said, I can't even stay at home because I'm running away from all the machonistas that are asking for their money back. She said, I have a house, but I can't stay in it because the minute I get home, one of them is at my door, demanding their money, threatening me, doing all sorts of things. And she begged me. I cannot forget. She begged me. She said, please don't be me. Please don't get to this space where I am. It's not nice. She said, I'm a disgrace to my family. I'm a disgrace to everyone. And I don't wish this on anyone. I don't know how I got myself here, but here I am. She kept on coming there. She was on pension. She was getting her pension each and every month. She would tell me that, do you know that I'm staying from one casino to another? Because sometimes the casino securities, they would chase away the people that they see that they are just loitering. Your money is finished. You are just loitering. You've got no money. They've got securities that will tell you, please leave. Only once your money is finished, dear. While they still see you playing, no one will bother you. And sometimes she would decide, okay, she would win at one casino, but not enough, and she'll be afraid to play there and think, let me take a taxi to another casino, a place far, and try and play there. Maybe I can accumulate the money that I owe all the machonistas. She was hoping to win big enough to pay all her machonistas, just so that she can stay at her home. I'm making an example of one person that I spoke to that advised me. She was begging me. She said to me, where are the children? How many children do you have? I told her, I have 3 children. She asked me, where are they? I said, they are at home. How old are their ages? My daughter was 17 at the age, 17 years. She was 17 at the time. And she said, do you know that you are giving the 17-year-old too much responsibility? That is not suiting her. She did not bring those two children here. She's not supposed to be taking care of her siblings. That is your duty, but you're sitting here playing here. She was giving me an advice, and I could feel that her advice was coming from the caring heart. And I could see that she was hurting, and she really meant it. She did not want to see me ending up like her. Because looking at her, you would never tell by then that this woman was once a nurse, was once a matron of the hospital. I thought of myself that, gosh, there was a time I could not even buy myself shoes. That was a time when I knew that actually I'm in trouble now. I am in serious trouble. Because I could not even buy myself shoes. And whatever money I had, I preferred to do things for my children than myself. Because I was hoping I'll win big, then I'll also do things for myself. And the thing of borrowing money from this person and that person, it killed me, because my whole life I didn't want to owe anyone, let alone own people that I know, let alone letting down the people that have borrowed you money with love, with caring, with hoping that you will return the money. But at the end of the month, you can't, because you have gambled all the money away. Or you've gambled most of the money away. You just bought things for the children just so that they can eat something. And you're not even doing justice to those children, because now you are not giving them the things that they actually deserve to get. You are just giving them things just to get by, just that they don't go to bed hungry. It was that bad. It got worse and worse and worse and worse. And I prayed about it, that may God please help me with this, because that addiction was killing my soul, and it was slowly killing my body as well, because I was not resting enough. You don't go to the casino to sleep. Hello. You don't go there to sleep. You go there to play. And there's no sleep when you are there. You can't even feel like, oh, I'm sleeping now. Never. And every spin you feel like, I'm winning. I'll win now. I'll win now. Every spin. And the minute you win, you're like, yeah, you are happy, but sometimes the winnings that you get are not even enough to cover all your losses. And then I remember one time when I prayed about this, and I thought that, you know what? Now this time, I do not want to gamble anymore. The words of that lady were playing in my head over and over again. That and the many people that I have seen deteriorating in front of my eyes. I remember shortly after just joining the casino, there was this man, I think it was the first week or second week, that won a big Ford Ranger. In no time, he sold that Ford Ranger. He came with that money. It was a lot of money, because I remember, he did sell it. But I heard he sold it for more than 500,000, because it was a brand new Ford Ranger. He sold it and brought the money back to the casino and gambled it away. That is just one example. There were so many examples. There are teachers that I know, teachers that that taught me, that I know that these people taught me. They were also addicts then. Hey man, there were so many people that were respectable at one time, and now seeing them at the casino, seeing myself at the casino, we were like, actually, believe me, I think we all saw the same thing in each other, that, you know what, we are not in a good space, but at least we're having each other, we're belonging here. It was like we're belonging at the casino, yet we're not even getting the shares there. And after praying so hard that I want to stop gambling, I spoke to my friend Mapule that, hey man, I want to stop. And he said, yeah, we need to stop. We spoke like that. You know what? I kept on saying, because I felt again so guilty that I also brought her in. I felt guilty about that, and I felt like now that I intend leaving, I have to inform her that let's leave together. And it was not as easy as that. She kept on saying, yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it. It was difficult. It was so difficult, I'm telling you. It took everything in me to one day say, you know what, today I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna just block myself, because that is an option that you can do. And I'm saying this to all the gamblers out there, particularly who are gambling at casinos. And casinos, sorry about this, but I have to really, really advise the people that are slowly digging their graves and getting into ditches, because there are so many people whose livelihood are affected by the gambling that happens there. I do know that casinos don't like to hear this, because now it means less business for them. But unfortunately, we do know that they have that hotline when they tell you that if you feel like you need some counseling, you need to phone it. And guys, I don't know how many people do call that number. And when you call it, what do you say? But I remember one day I tried calling them and I dropped the number because I didn't know what to say. And then I decided one day that, you know what, today is the day. And my friend Mapule was very lucky, because on every Wednesday and every Sunday there were draws that were happening. There would be draws that were happening. And usually on the Wednesday draws, she would win something. But the draws, yes, the draws were every Wednesday, and then once in the third month, after 3 months, there would be a draw of a car. She was lucky because she had been drawn plus minus 3 to 4 times. And I was never that lucky. I was never drawn ever since. I had been there prior to her, and I invited her, but she got so lucky. Shortly after inviting her, she got drawn and won. At one stage, she won 10,000. At one stage, she won 5,000. I can't even remember the other monies that she won. And then I told myself, I'm not even drawn. I'm not getting any major winnings anymore. And I see myself slipping into this ditch. I need to get myself out. And I told her, you know what, I'm gonna pull myself out of here. And she said, oh, if you do it, it's a good thing, because no one at the casino would say, I don't. No one. Everyone encourages the other. If you do that, it's a good decision, because we all know we are adults. We have, like, our minds are fully functional. We do know what we're doing there is not good for us, even though it gives us a sense of belonging. It gives us some pleasure. It gives us the comfort that many of us need, but we all know that it's not good. Fine. That very Wednesday, we went there. We went to that draw. And when we got there for the first time, and because I was now used to not being drawn, even when the draw was happening, I did not even bother anymore, because I knew I'm never going to be called. So by this time, I was busy playing at some machine. I'm busy playing at that machine, and I hear my name, Celia Motsweni, Celia. I was like, what? That's my name. And I ran there, running, forgetting the card in the machine. Oh my goodness. And you are given 30 seconds to run to the place where you have to give in the ticket and the card. Now the card is at the machine. I went back again to fetch the card and ran in that 30 seconds just on time. I almost fell somewhere along the way. And for the first time, I was drawn. And I did not mind because I knew that, okay, if I did not even think of a big win. And there were 4 big boxes, so we had to choose boxes. And my friend, I asked her that, which box can I choose? And she said, choose box number 2. And I chose box number 2. And after the reveal, box number 2 had a key for the car. I won the car, a brand new Polo Vivo, on the very day when I told you that, when I told myself that after the draw, I'm going to block myself. I could not believe myself. I could not believe the luck that struck me on that day, that the very first time I get drawn, I get to win such a big thing. And instead of feeling like God is saying something to me that stay here, I told myself, God is saying, take this car for all the winnings, for all the losses that you have been here, and leave. Now, I want a car. The papers of a car take some time. I think they take more than a week. Now, I keep coming every day, and I was like, already I was known, but now I'm known for winning the car. There is some cloud that comes with, you have won a car. Where's the car? Have you gotten it yet? Oh, hey, I got some celebrity status in there. You won a car, you won a car. Deep down, I knew that, okay, not all the money, but most of the money that car was worth was the money that I lost there. Not all of it, yes, but a lot, quite a lot. So that was my money coming back in the form of a car. And I told myself, you know what, from here, it's a downhill one. It's a downhill way, because now I'll have to return this, the money of the car. Somehow it will come back. I felt like that. I felt like, what if the car now knows that, okay, this one was drawn for a car, and because now everything is computerized. Okay, I mean, it may not be true, but that's how I felt. At least that was my opinion. And I told myself that I am going to block myself. But it was hard, because now I won a car. Each time I drove a car there, it was like, let's go and see your car. There is that thing, man, that thing that I cannot explain that came with me winning the car. Hey, let's see your car. Oh, it smells nice. Some will tell you, this is our money. You do know we've got those people that have lost a lot at the casino and say, this is our money. Don't just say it's yours. And you know what? As hard as it was again now to quit as planned, because I felt like now when I go to that office where I block myself, they're gonna say, oh, now that you have won a car, now you're blocking yourself. I told myself, okay, let me allow 1 month to pass, second month to pass. By the third month, I remember the final push that forced me to go and block myself. Before I do that, I went to a casino that's far away. I did that thing again of going truant at my age. I became truant. I became without a phone, not even calling the kids. I lost all the money that I had with me there. Lucky enough, I managed to, with all my strength, just to keep the 2,000 rand with me to get by. And let me tell you the most embarrassing thing. I had worked at the marking center for that amount of money. I want you to get a clear picture of how bad the gambling is. I got my salary, not just my salary, also the money I worked so hard for. Everybody that has been at the marking center for the matrix will tell you how difficult that work is, how difficult marking at the marking center is, how long the 9 days you go there is. It doesn't feel like 9 days. It feels like very long. And then when that money comes in, I took that money, went to that furthest casino and played all of it and left only 2,000 rands. It was December month, just before Christmas. On Christmas Day, my children were looking for me everywhere, including my mom. They ended up telling my mom that they can't find me because now they were scared, because I had been away for more than 24 hours. I was going towards the second day, not being at home. When I came back, on the way, I told myself, I shall never, ever gamble again. I got home. For the first time, my mom discovered that I was a gambler. I did not even lie. I just told her because I felt like one lie calls another. So for the first time, she discovered that I was gambling. She was disappointed because I lied when I got a car. When I won a car, I did tell her that I won the car, but I said it was a draw. I was lucky. I went there, got into a competition and whatnot, and I won it. And she was happy for me for winning the car. But the truth was, it was a draw, but only a draw of people who are casino members, and majority of them who are addicts, gambling addicts. And I was one. I was a gambling addict. On the 26th of December 2019, I won the car on the 25th of September 2019. On the 26th of December 2019, 3 months after winning the car, I went to their office, looked straight into their eyes, told them I would like to block myself. And it wasn't easy, because they did tell me the thing that I thought they would tell me. They said, oh, now that you won a car, now you want to leave us. I said, unfortunately, I can't even buy myself shoes. That was the reason I gave them. I said, unfortunately, me coming here, look at my shoes. Look at the shoes that I'm wearing. I can't even buy myself shoes anymore. The shoes I'm wearing are not saying I'm a teacher. That's when I decided, this is not for me anymore. And they told me again, are you sure? Are you sure? I told them, I am 100% sure. I won't lie, something in me was like saying, no, don't do it, don't do it. But I said, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Today is the day. And that is the day I blocked myself from the casino. Unfortunately, I blocked myself from any kind of gambling. I can buy lotto tickets, but if those lotto tickets can win, I'll have to give them to someone as if they are theirs, so that they can win, because I am blocked. Anywhere in the country, I cannot gamble officially. Even if I buy lotto numbers, lotto tickets, if they ever happen to win, I'll have to give them to my daughter or someone else to go and claim on my behalf. But the fun part of it is I felt so free. I felt so free. It was like a heavy weight was lifted off my shoulders. Yes, I'm still in debt. I'm still fighting my debts even now. I'm not out of the woods yet, but every day I'm doing everything in my power to make things different. And I'm seeing improvement in my own life. I'm far away from being out of the woods yet, but every day it's a crawl upwards, not downwards. I'm calling myself out of that gutter. And thank you so much for watching this video. I will carry on later telling you about still life after getting divorced or getting separated from a partner that was beneficial to you in terms of finances. It's not an easy thing. We'll still talk about the challenges that us as women particular face, because majority of us, even in 2022, are still earning lower than men, making us the minor earners in relationships. So we earn a little bit less, although more and more women are on the rise because more and more women are getting there, but still the majority of women are still on the minority in terms of finances. Many are not working. Even those that are working are still earning less than their male counterparts. That affects the dynamics of relationships, and hence you would find some women having a difficulty of cutting the cord, the dependency cord, in terms of getting out of toxic relationships, is because they are afraid that who will take care of me? Who will now pay the school fees? Who will now pay the bond? Who will now pay the rates and taxes? If I leave this man, who will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? So in the next video that I'll give you ways in which I am still crawling. I'm far away from being out of the woods, but I'll give you some of the things that us as women can do to crawl back into self-sustenance, because we really do need to have self-sustenance in order to have control of our lives, in order to have control in choosing what's good for us and what's not good for us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending your data on me. I hope this story time can be worthwhile and worth watching, and very helping to someone. Remember to share, remember to like or dislike, remember to click on the notification bell so that if I update the next video, you can be the first one among the first one to see it. Thank you so much. Bye. I love you.